We can't turn back time, but for girls in Madagascar, we can give time back, empowering women and young girls through access to clean water and sanitation. We have all always had a great relationship with water. It hydrates us the same second we're thirsty and submerges us during extra long showers. Water was there for us the day we were potty trained and when we learned the importance of washing our hands. Water is our sidekick when doing the dishes and is our best friend the morning after a night of drinking. Fresh water was there the first time we split our knees open riding a bike and was there again when we learned how to swim. Water has always been conveniently within reach for our every whim, without question, without effort, and surely without a thought. Ever heard of the saying, thank your water before you drink it, it'll taste better? Well, this year, it started to take on a whole new meaning for me. Imagine the thoughtless parts of your day. Think about all the moments in the day you barely have to think at all. The instances when we all go on autopilot, when we're driving in traffic and not paying attention, or subconsciously dodging the 5,000 advertisements force-fed to us daily. It's only until someone or something jolts us into the present where we can actively pull ourselves out of what I like to call robotic mode and have conscious capacity to be actively aware. Madagascar's lack of access to clean water is much like this. It's the background noise that you can faintly hear but aren't really listening to. An inherent problem we all know exists, yet fail to recognize. Our Western world breeds a culture of complainers. In Madagascar, there is no time to protest or fuss, no time to dwell on the corrupt government and the poor state of its people. Similarly, there is no choice but to oblige the treacherous task of walking for water every day, because it's a matter of life and death, even if the dirty water only promises disease and death itself, a duty that literally falls on the shoulders of young females. Girls are forced to grow up much too quickly just to survive. Attending the study tour in Madagascar this year was the shake I desperately needed to wake up. It drew back the curtains and shed light on how no access to this basic human right squanders all opportunity and hope for an improved quality of life. Visiting the district of Bellavabar, I learned that the happiest people don't have the best of everything. They simply make the best of everything they have. One of the villages in the district had been fortunate enough to receive a clean water tap within the last year, and one of those taps I had the honor of inaugurating alongside the mayor and community elder Dadabe. A dance party that lasted all day was a true tribute and celebration of new life. I got to witness firsthand how water to the Malagasy people is worth more than gold. It symbolizes a pathway to a brighter future, one with safe water, sanitation, and hygiene practices for all. I used to drag my heels walking to class or stumble to the sink in the middle of the night, half asleep, yearning for a much-needed sip. Why is our hugely unappreciative nature so wrongly assumptive and entitled? Relativity on this specific occasion is not an equitable argument. It simply is not good enough. The profound paradox between our two cultures is impossible to ignore. Spending the day in Mbedomen, the pre-intervention village, was eye-opening to say the least. The respect and regard I had for these women before coming here was unfathomable. After walking in their shoes for a short simulated period of time, and I use that figuratively as most Malagasy women perform this 3-kilometer walk for water barefoot, the feeling I'm left with is discerning. These women achieve the unthinkable before we even get out of bed. It takes so long to collect contaminated water that they miss out on the chance to attend school and get an education, which further entraps them into the cycle of poverty. No amount of hitting the gym or lifting weights could have ever prepared me for the hike that was walking with 40 pounds of water on my head. The crushing feeling of its heaviness and the contaminated water trickling down the side of my face physically took a toll. But beyond the strain on my body was the hurt I felt in my heart. The routine reality here for young girls just like me is what I can only describe as a distant nightmare. The moment I set that jerry can down, I felt like I had just finished a marathon. My reward? never having to do it again. This was followed by the unimaginable amount of guilt I felt wishing for the walk to be over. How dare I wish for something to be over knowing I'd never have to repeat it? I'd never have to do that walk again or drink the water. I should have been relieved, but all I felt was a deep sense of despair. These women do this every day, multiple times a day, without a whine and certainly without a whimper. Just because grievances are not at the forefront of their daily focus doesn't mean these women do not wish for things to be different for them and generations to follow. They want to have safe access. They crave responsibility and accountability over their clean water source. They wish to cherish its powerful ability to change the status quo, and they truly treasure the results when it does. Imagine if these women were given the equal opportunity I was given, you were given, just by being born in a first world country. That opportunity is luck of the draw, but access to clean water isn't, or at least it shouldn't be, and it doesn't have to be. How could something so necessary and mundane as this daily chore seem so heroic? If we gave girls in Madagascar back their time, a purpose beyond the tedious and tiresome, we'd be giving them more than just minutes. We'd be opening a door to their wildest dreams of an education and beyond. These women are my heroes. Does that mean we are the villains for leading a vastly different life? No. Is our Western society to blame for contributing to wasteful water practices and overconsumption driven by consumerism? Undeniably. What I am certain of, however, is that we can all learn something from this third world enigma. The immense gratitude found in the face of adversity is inspiring on so many levels and has motivated me beyond words. We have an obligation and duty to our global village, and just because it seems far away does not mean it doesn't hit home. We can care enough simply because we can. We may not be able to bring back time, but we can try to give time back to mothers, women, and young girls. Envision the life these women could lead with more time to participate in education, employment, leisure activities, and decision-making. The overwhelming joy and positive vibrations I felt in my time on the study tour is unprecedented and unparalleled, because the people of Madagascar understand what's most important in this life. They know what it means to help each other, to build each other up, to support one another, and honor what they do have. 50% of people in Madagascar may lack access to clean water, but they are leaders in their unmatched sense of community, unity, and spirit. So much so, it begs the question, what would this country be if they gained comparable access to clean water? What would it look like if we eradicated cholera and diminished deaths caused by preventable and treatable diarrheal diseases? It would be much healthier for one, and offer a secure foundation to a culture that supersedes ours in so many other ways, but this solvable one. Water plays an essential role in raising healthy children and delivers more possibility than yesterday while affording infinite hope for a brighter tomorrow. Let us bridge the gap between being passive and taking action. Let us acknowledge our eroding perceptions and focus on making meaningful connections with the truth. The prospective certainty that comes with access to clean water, and the unrivaled promise for women in Madagascar that comes along with it. Everyone plays a part in this global water crisis, and it's equally our responsibility to be a part of the solution.